will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up because they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Cut. 180. 4 down.
On first down, it's Brooks. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
That's good for Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
What? 180.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down, 4 down. Check, check.
Goff on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Value 1.
SOS. SOS. SOS.
Goff going to give this one to Henderson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Orange. Mike 50. Super.
That's track.
Out of the gun. Goff. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Beckham, the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Hey, Charlie.
Now a handoff working right. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On
the run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now!
Mike, four. Let's go.
Second and 9 now. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams' 42-yard line.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Double time, double time. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Now.
And again this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
218, chopper. Hey!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check. Yes.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Rams' 33-yard line.
Ready, break.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Jim, pilot, 64, weak. Hey, exit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
At their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Hey, 76, 76, 76.
Come to my work.
We want it. Hey, box drop.
50's the mic. 50's the mic. Oh, yeah.
Hey, kill.
Here we go again.
On 1st down, it's gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Brooks. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Tight, watch right. Watch left.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Go. 180.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got 4.
17. Hey, shell. Under crunch.
A shotgun snap for gone. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half.
76.
On first down, gone. Complete to right. That's good for 28 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Greystone, Travis. Louis.
Hey, turn it up.
12.
To throw is gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Well, they've got it down to the 3, but now this is third and goal.
36.
You run.
Watch the ship.
Value 1.
Ship. Slam.
All right.
They'll try to run this one in. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go.
Like 5. All day. All
61. Matchbox lights.
Sponge. 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 No, no, no. Check, 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 check.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Break.
Miles the mic. You
Topper. Look at me. Zipper.
Mike 5. Mike 5. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Single receiver. Watch 20. Check 20. Target, 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 target.
Go. Go.
From the gun, Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10.
Here we go.
At their own 15-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff looking deep downfield. It got his man complete. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Shit. Man, we're close.
Hey, Delta.
Hey, Mike's 50. In your face. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike.
The final shot before break here. Goff. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have an opener as we send you cross-country. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He's got it at the 15. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum, launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
You draw quarters.
I got it. Mike 4.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Ready. 8-3. General West.
Hey, we got 3 down. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 52.
Snap.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Go. Hey, wahoo.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his man Hilton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3.
Makes the score Raiders 10, Rams 3.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 30-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks, and they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here we go. Slack 20. Ric Flair.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
Hey, kill.
Play action. It's gone. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Chop. Ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10.
Go on.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Incomplete. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Kill. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Smooth.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now it's right. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Goff now looks to throw. Wright's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Cut. 180.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Shoot.
Cut.
On 1st down, it's Brooks. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
38-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Shell. 14. 14.
Now it's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
On third down, here's Henderson. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
What you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Quick edge. Come.
Shoot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Bravo!
Mike 4, exit, Mike 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Jamie Gillendow as he's on to punt for Oakland. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Kill. 12. Right, Alpha.
Back to throw. Full left side complete. It's right. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10.
Five. Louis.
Watch twitch. Watch twitch.
Now gone. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
12. Listen. Hey, Will.
Now it's gone. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Son, we got man.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Three down.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason.